What if I told you there's a way to build a marketing workflow that could generate $10,000 per month using nothing but AI? Most people think you need years of experience, a huge team, or some secret insider knowledge to make serious money with marketing automation. But here's the thing, I'm about to show you exactly how to build a vibe marketing machine that can realistically bring in 5 figures monthly. And you can set it up today without writing a single line of code. I just built a complete short-form content system that takes any YouTube video and automatically transforms it into dozens of viral-ready clips, while other editors are manually editing videos for hours or paying thousands to editors. This AI workflow is generating content that's actually making money, real money. The insane part, this automation I'm showing you is currently running in the background, creating content that drives traffic, builds audiences, and converts into actual revenue. And by the end of this video, you could have the complete system to build your own $10,000 per month content machine. What you're about to see is how complete beginners are using vibe marketing to replace traditional marketing agencies and keep all the profits for themselves. We're talking about taking one piece of content and turning it into a revenue-generating engine across every platform: TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, all working to fill your bank account while you focus on scaling. Alright, so let's dive in. I added the tools that we're going to use in the description, so you can check it out. Before we break everything down step by step, here's a quick look at what this entire automation actually does. In this test run, I drop in a YouTube URL and set the number of shorts I want to generate. Once I hit execute, you'll see the entire flow kick off inside N8N. And here's the output. This is the output generated from Kevin O'Leary's video. This is the kind of result we're aiming for, and in the next videos, I'll show you exactly how to build the entire automation from start to finish. Let's get into it. Alright, every automation needs a starting point, and for this one, it begins with a simple form. We're setting up a way to tell the AI exactly what to process. We will add a specific YouTube video and we will indicate how many short clips we want from it. This form will act as our command center, kicking off the entire automation workflow inside N8N. To build it, we will head over to the N8N dashboard and create a new workflow by hitting the orange New Workflow button. From there, we'll click Add First Step, then select On-Form Submission as our starting point. This is where the automation begins whenever a user submits the form. We will name it Clipping Automation to clearly define its purpose. Next, let's move over to the form elements and start adding our inputs. Let's add a first field and call it YouTube URL. This one is essential, so we mark it as required. After that, we are going to add a second field with the name Number of Shorts, which will allow us to specify how many clips we want to generate from that video. These two inputs give us just enough control without overwhelming the user. With both fields in place, we will copy the generated form link. Then we're gonna test it by executing the workflow and pasting in a sample YouTube URL. Here, we're gonna use one of our test videos to make sure the submission goes through properly. After submitting, this form becomes the launchpad for the entire automation cycle. It feeds structured input into the workflow, which we'll use to guide every step moving forward. Once the form is ready to collect video links and the number of shorts we want, our next step is connecting it to the tool that actually processes the video. We're going to use Clap for this part. It's the service responsible for analyzing the YouTube video and generating the clips based on our input. This is where automation starts getting interesting. To begin, we'll head over to Clap and set up an account. After logging in, scroll down to the API key section and generate a new key. After copying the API key, we will switch back to N8N and add a new node. Let's search for HTTP request and drop that into the workflow. Now, to make the request compatible with Clap's API, we are going to get help from Claude. We'll send this prompt to Claude. Hey Claude, please create me a CURL request for Clap to analyze YouTube videos to make them into shorts. Please include the following data parameters: source video, language, max clip count, target clip count, minimum duration, max duration, target duration, editing options like captions, reframe, emojis, remove silences, and intro title. Claude replies with a CURL command, but it's giving us the older V1 API parameters. So we will quickly follow up and ask for the updated V2 version. After Claude responds with the correct CURL for the V2 endpoint, we'll head back into N8N. Click the Import CURL button on the HTTP request node and paste the command directly in. Next, we'll scroll through the imported data and paste in the API key we generated earlier from Clap. Now we will visit the JSON body section, click on Expression and open its menu. From there, we will replace the values for the source video URL, max clip count, and target clip count with the corresponding values from the form submission node. This ensures we're dynamically feeding in the correct video and short count each time the form is used. Now that everything is wired up, we are now going to execute the node. The output table shows a status of processing, which means Clap has successfully received our input and is beginning to process the video. To wrap it up, we will rename this node to Video Analyzer to make it clear this is where the video data gets analyzed and queued for short creation. After setting the video off to be processed, we don't want to just sit around wondering when it's done. Instead, we need a reliable way to keep tabs on the progress automatically. Now, we're gonna set up a node that quietly checks in with Clap and lets us know the moment these clips are ready to go. So inside N8N, we will drop in another HTTP request node. To make it smarter, let's head over to Claude and ask it to help us out with the actual check-in call. Great! Now please give me a short CURL request to get the status of a video being analyzed. This should just be a simple CURL request GET with the task ID URL and the API key. Claude sends back a clean CURL setup that's ready to use. We will then hit Import CURL inside the new node and paste it right in. After importing the command, head over to the URL field and click Expressions. From there, swap out the task ID with the actual ID we got from the Video Analyzer node. Scroll down, update the API key one more time, and that's it. Go ahead and execute the node to check the status. Now that we are done setting up the video checker, we will add some logic that makes the workflow smarter. We're setting up a simple condition that checks whether our video is done processing. If it's ready, we'll move forward with pulling the specific data and descriptions needed to generate the final shorts. We'll start by adding a new node and selecting If. In the Conditions panel, we drag in the status parameter from the previous node and set the condition to is equal to with the value ready. This allows us to define two clear outcomes. One if the video is ready, and one if it still needs more time to process. Before going further, we rename the previous step to Video Checker for clarity. From the false branch, which triggers when the video isn't ready yet, we will drop in a wait node and set it to 30 seconds. This lets the workflow pause briefly before looping back to the Video Checker node again, basically giving Clap more time to finish the job without clogging the system. Next, connect the output of the wait node back to the Video Checker so that after the pause, it loops back to check if the video is finished processing. We will now move to the True branch. Here, we will search for a new HTTP request node to fetch the actual output clips. To generate the correct CURL command, we will ask Claude. Thanks, Claude. Now please give me a CURL GET request for getting the output ID. After getting the updated code, let's head back to N8N. Click Import CURL and paste it in. Just like before, we will select Expression, this time replacing the folder ID with the output ID pulled from the If node. We will also set the API key again to ensure proper authentication. Once we execute the step, there's now 4 generated shorts, all created from the original video input. Let's organize the nodes and tidy up the workflow structure. With this, the system now automatically handles checks, waits, and pulls the finished clips. After getting the clip data from Clap, our next move is telling it to actually export those clips into finished shorts. We need to set up the request that makes the final shorts come to life. I'll start by dropping in another HTTP request node and label it Create Shorts so things stay clear. To get the right setup, I'll jump back to Claude and ask, thanks Claude, now please give me a short CURL post request for the exported shorts. This should just be a very short post with just the URL and header. Claude replies with a simple CURL command, and I'll paste that into the import CURL section of the node. After it's loaded, I'll head to the URL field and then click expression. I'll swap out the static folder ID for the dynamic output ID from the if node, and for project ID, I'll pull the value from the previous node we created. Here, I'll execute the code, and Clap begins creating the finished shorts based on the clips it already processed. To wrap this step up and keep things organized, I'll go back and rename the previous node to Get Shorts. That way, each part of the workflow stays easy to follow. We made it pretty far. Our shorts are generated, but we don't want to assume they're ready just yet. Before we do anything else, we need to build a quick status checker to confirm that everything's finished processing and that the final videos are good to go. To get that going, I'll drop in another HTTP request node and label it Prepare Shorts. Then I head back to Claude and prompt, thanks, now please give me a CURL GET request for getting the shorts/output. This should just be a short 2-line CURL with a URL and API key. After getting the API key, head back to N8N and paste the CURL command into the CURL command box. Just like before, go to the URL field and click Expressions. Now update the parameters. Change folder ID to the output ID from the if node. Set project ID to the ID from the Create Shorts node and switch Export ID to the ID from Get Shorts. Don't forget to update the API key again. Once everything's in place, let's execute the node. You should now see status parameters showing details about the shorts, and if everything is ready, there will be a source URL available where you can view the generated short. As a final step, rename this node to Prepare Shorts. We're back to setting up another condition, just like we did earlier. This time, we're using another if node to check whether our shorts are fully processed before moving forward. Simple, but essential for keeping everything on track. Let's create a new if node, then drag in the status parameter from the Prepare Shorts node. The condition we're setting for the comparison value is ready. Now, from the false branch, we will drop in a new wait node, just like we've done before. We will pick a wait time, around 30 seconds is fine, then connect the wait node right back into the Prepare Shorts node. That creates a clean loop to keep checking the status until it's actually ready. After getting that loop in place, we will switch over to the True branch and add a new code node. To help us out, we will jump back to Claude and ask for a simple JavaScript snippet. Here's the prompt we use. Great job, Claude. Now please create JavaScript code that will be used in N8N that calculates schedule dates. The code should be thorough yet short. It should be able to check all items, iterate over each, and then return values. Once Claude sends the code, we will copy and paste it straight into the code node. After that, we will execute it, bringing us one step closer to a fully automated short creation and scheduling pipeline. We already automated almost everything up to this point, and now it's time to bring Blotato into the mix. It's going to serve as our posting hub, but first, we need to get our completed shorts uploaded through N8N. We will start by heading to Blotato to create an account. Once we're in, we will check the settings section. This is where users can link their preferred social media accounts. Now, back in N8N, we will create a new HTTP request node. To configure it, we will prompt Claude for the required CURL command. Here's what we'll send to Claude. Great! Thanks, Claude. Now please give me the CURL command for Blotato. We'll use it for uploading videos there. Claude gives us the code, and we will paste it directly into the CURL command box. Then we will go back to Blotato to copy our API key and paste that into the API key field in our node. Next, let's scroll to the URL value and update it by pulling in the storage source URL from the code branch. Once that's linked, we can now execute the branch. After the upload succeeds, we are going to rename this branch to Post to Blotato to keep our workflow organized and easy to follow. We are now ready to automate the final step, which is to actually schedule our shorts for posting on social media. In this case, we're setting things up through Blotato, and for the demo, we'll focus on TikTok. We won't actually post anything live, but we'll walk through how to configure it all so Blotato knows where and when to send the content. Inside N8N, we will start by creating another HTTP request node and rename it to post to TikTok/social media. To get the request structure we need, we head back to Claude and ask it for a Blotato CURL command designed specifically for TikTok posting. Here's the prompt to Claude. Great, now please generate a CURL command for Blotato that we'll use for posting in TikTok. Claude gives us the code, and we paste that into the CURL command box just like we've done in previous steps. Then we will update the API key field with the one from Blotato. Next, we scroll down to the JSON section and select Expression. Let's expand the window. Now let's change text to dynamically pull the TikTok caption, account ID to match the linked TikTok account ID from Blotato, and media URL to the source URL that was returned from our post to Blotato node. We will also update scheduled time to use the proper scheduled parameter. Once that's done, we can now execute the node. With that, the automation loop is complete, from form submission all the way to social media scheduling. Let's quickly go over the actual costs involved in running this entire automation process. It's important to know exactly what you're paying for, especially if you plan on scaling this. Starting with video analysis through Clap, the cost comes out to about $0.44 per short. Then for content generation, that's another $0.32 per short. Exporting the content is basically free at $0.00. So altogether, you're looking at around $1.24 per short if you're just running it one at a time. But here's the good news. Processing in bulk brings the price down. If you run 5 shorts at once, you get about $0.89 in savings, which is roughly a 28% discount. On the Blotato side, posting content to your linked social platforms is priced at around $0.05 per post. We also have a breakdown graph in the video, so you can visualize how everything adds up. Boom! There you go. You just watched us build a full AI-powered content machine from scratch. No code, no stress. One form, one workflow, and your videos are turning into shorts and getting scheduled on autopilot. If that blew your mind even a little, hit that like button, drop a sub, and check the description for all the tools and prompts. We'll catch you in the next one.